In his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey explains that for lasting personal fulfillment and successful, trusting relationships with others, one powerful habit that one needs to develop is to begin with the end in mind. And by end, he means death. Contemplating your own mortality should not simply push you to make a bucket list, sign up for a funeral plan, design every quirky detail of your future funeral, obsess over your health, adopt extreme health fads and diets, or avoid anything that feels even slightly risky. It should help you recognize what truly matters, allowing you to build a meaningful and purposeful life today. According to the author, it is all too easy to become absorbed in the activity trap, working harder and harder in the busyness of life, striving tirelessly and climbing the ladder of success, only to discover too late that the ladder has been leaning against the wrong wall. Often, it takes a life-threatening crisis, a brush with death, or even the loss of someone we love to bring us back to our senses and force us to reconsider what truly matters. One exercise suggested by the author to avoid falling into this trap and reinforce the habit of beginning with the end in mind is called the funeral exercise. In this exercise, you are asked to imagine attending a funeral, your own, 3 years in the future. As you walk in, you see friends, family, co-workers, and community members gathered. 4 people will speak about you: a family member, a close friend, someone from your work or school, someone from your community or church. What do you want to hear them say about you? What kind of person were you? What difference did you make in their lives? The words you want to hear from them will help you gain a clearer perspective of your priorities. Ultimately, this exercise helps you discover your deepest priorities and values, enabling you to make sound decisions and thoughtful plans moving forward. While this exercise is a modern self-help tool for personal and public victory, its underlying message resonates with several biblical themes. Death has a way of confronting us with reality, exposing how fleeting life is, and encouraging deep reflection on how we live. Ecclesiastes 7:2 states, "It is better to go to a house of mourning than to go to a house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will take it to heart." Psalms 90:12 says, "Teach us to number our days that we may get a heart of wisdom." Death is a great teacher. As John Piper said, contemplating death isn't morbid. It's an essential spiritual exercise to appreciate Christ's work, live purposefully, and find ultimate joy in God. If you are a believer in Christ, I would propose an even better exercise than the funeral exercise suggested by Stephen Covey, the judgment seat exercise. In this exercise, you will go beyond your funeral and into the afterlife. In the end, we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that each one may receive the things done in the body according to what he has done, whether good or bad. In the judgment seat exercise, we won't be listening to friends or family. We will be standing before Christ himself, and we will be the ones talking as we respond to the questions Jesus will ask us. The judgment seat is a time when a believer's life and service are reviewed and evaluated to determine eternal rewards. While I'm not certain that the event will actually take the form of a question and answer session, it can be helpful for the sake of reflection to think of it this way. Based on the commands Jesus gave, the conversations he had with his disciples, and the lessons found in his parables, he may ask us questions that relate to these 4 areas: faithfulness and obedience. Believers will give an account for their faithfulness in sharing the gospel and their obedience to Christ and his commands. Knowing God's desire for all people to be saved and having the saving knowledge of Christ, did you share the good news with others? Did you heed his call to go and make disciples of all nations? Stewardship of wealth, talents, and opportunities. This includes the use of your time, money, talents, and spiritual gifts. What did you do with what I gave you? Did you cultivate and develop them? Did you use them wisely and excellently? Treatment of others. Have you loved and served your neighbors as I have loved and served you? How did you treat the least of your brothers, the poor, and those who suffered? Did you consciously or unconsciously pass over the poor, the powerless, and the unattractive because they don't offer you much? Motives of the heart. Are your actions driven by personal gain and recognition instead of the desire to glorify God? This exercise will compel you to broaden your perspective to include eternal realities. Your focus moves from simply impacting the earthly lives of those you know and love to making an eternal impact with everything God has revealed to you and entrusted to you. In doing so, it encourages you to live not merely for the approval of people, but for a life that is truly pleasing to God. Because when all has been said and done, we all want to hear the words in Matthew 25:21. Well done, good and faithful servant.